Okay, so final piece in the puzzle is to put our leads into this automated email sending system called Instantly.ai. You will need to create an account for this. I can help you with setting it up. You just need to let me know if you need my help. What I'm going to tell you in this video is how to upload the leads and create a campaign. So I have previous campaigns that you can see here. So you click on campaigns on the left, and here you can click add new. You're gonna name it. I'm gonna put ours as healthcare, and just so I know, test, and then I'll click continue. So it takes you straight away to the leads. So if you remember, our previous step was creating these icebreakers in the column 80. You can see it was finished. So what I need to do now is upload these leads into Instantly. So I'm going to click on add leads. And you see you have options of CSV, Super Search, emails, and Google Sheets. I'm going to actually use a CSV. I've found it's a bit more stable. So I'm going to go back to this sheet, go to File, and I'm going to go to Download, and I'm going to create a CSV, comma separated value sheet. You can see that's in my downloads there. Now click on, and I will put my leads into the system. So this is going to give you all of the mapped fields. You can see that it's already identified the first name, it's identified the last name, company name. The company website, we don't need this, so it's fine to put do not import. Email, of course we need this because this is the crucial part. Full name, we don't need that. LinkedIn, yeah, why not? Let's just import it. Job title, yes, we need that. Industry, we don't need. Headline, don't need. So we don't need most of this stuff. We definitely don't need the keywords. There's so many of them. Annual revenue, no, we don't need that. Don't need that. Short description. Yeah, you might want to put that just so that you've got an idea of what it is if you need to look back at it. So you put that as custom variable. Company LinkedIn, you don't need any of this stuff, but you can choose. If you want this, then you can capture it. It's entirely up to you. You can import all of this stuff if you want to, but the thing that I'm looking for is the icebreaker. So I'm going to call this personalization. There. Campaign. We also want to import that. Remember, we added that. And then what it's going to do now is check for the duplicates across all campaigns, the lists, and the workspace. This makes sure that you don't have these contacts in previous campaigns. And if you want to, you can click this and spend a little bit of your credits from Instantly to verify the email addresses. But I'm not going to do that. And I don't usually do that because I have the verified leads already. So I'm going to click upload all. And this will upload 249 contacts to your campaign. 38 contacts had errors. That's fine. Okay, cool. So now I've got my leads uploaded, and you can see that here. There are all my leads. And you can see it's got the not yet contacted status, 230 leads there. It's got all of that stuff that we wanted. There's the personalization, campaign, everything you wanted, and a short description too. So next we're going to build out our sequences. So this is the crucial part here. Let me choose this one. Okay. So I'm just going to put all the proper spacings in here so that it's formatted correctly. Okay, so there's this very specific formula that we're following here. So we're going to personalize the subject line. We're going to put their first name, and then we're going to put Q, meaning question. It builds a bit of interest and intrigue. But you can play around with this. You can change it. You don't have to follow this exact sequence. This is something that I found that works. Then this personalization part, this is the icebreaker that we generated from AI just now. And you can see it's here. Hi, why? Saw your recent post on Happy People about fostering positive mindsets. Agree with what you said about small steps leading to big changes. Wanted to run something by you. Now you can see it's not formatted properly there, so I need to add another space in there. There we go, that's better. Okay. So then the first paragraph here is, who are you? So you've got their attention by personalizing it and talking about them. Now they want to know, who are you? So you tell them who you are. I work with Stephen Chan, founder of Dialogue Includes All, social enterprise that gives the opportunity to skilled, visually impaired and disabled facilitators. And now they're thinking, so why are you contacting me? Why is this relevant to me? And so if by doing your niche and your ideal client profile, you should know that what their pain points are, right? So this is where you're writing here. We developed a unique empathy and leadership workshop experience for companies focusing on CSR. And like that, your company name, that's the one of the kind of variables that increases leaders' empathy and collaboration by 80%. So this one is talking about the pain point for this specific industry niche. So this is the key, this is one of the key sentences for your copywriting. And then this paragraph gives a bit more detail. Cut a long story short, the experience literally removes your senses, and then adds a little bit more. This sentence here, another pain point, critical for CSR leaders who are missing a human element can undermine both reputation and results. So you can see how this email is flowing. The next part is really crucial. This is adding your social proof and your credibility. So you want to find who are the most powerful or credible companies that you have worked with before, and preferably that match the ICP. So some way portrayed as an HSBC to improve empathy and collaboration by 93%. And I'm confident we could do this something similar or better for you. No risk. And this is the important part. This is your guarantee and your offer. So you're saying no risk. If your team doesn't walk away more empathetic, more connected, and more inclusive, we won't charge you. So if I'm reading this, I'm like, actually no downside to me. So on the upside, you will improve my team's empathy and make it more connected and more inclusive. And on the downside, if you don't, I don't have to pay a penny. And I've got this for free. So this is the most important part of your email. So basically, the point here is to make an offer that is just like too good to be true and too good to turn down. And then you want to finish with a kind of gentle close, worth a 15-minute chat to see if this fits your DEI and leadership plans. Okay, so all of these parts in curly brackets, these are your variables, which you can see in here. Company name, last name, personalization, signature, all of that stuff. And if you look in the preview, you can see that it is, where are we? Happy people here, it says. This is the personalization. Then we've got, we developed companies focused on CSR like KL and INH. Now, that company is, okay, there's an extra curly bracket there that I didn't notice, right? KLINH. So that's obviously the company's name. That increases, blah, 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 blah. And you can see we've also got the personalization here, KLINH. And we've got the account sender's name, which is Aisha in this case. So that is how you build that first email. So then what we also want to do though is add the next step, which is a follow-up email. And I usually do this 2 days later. So you can see 2 days later. Send next message in 2 days. Let's go to step 2, which is basically a summary of what step 1 was. You leave this empty so that you can use the previous subjects. Step subject, I would recommend doing that. And then you're just going to make sure the formatting is right. Just checking again, would they be interested in this? Too long, didn't read. Visually impaired led empathy workshop for companies focusing on CSR drives real behavioral change. If your team doesn't walk away more connected, we won't charge a cent. So you can see the preview again for the personalization. Why and personalization. Okay, so that is the basics. What I also do as well is add a different variant to see which one gets the most replies. You don't have to do this. So you can see I have slightly changed this. I'm just going to paste this to it. So basically the structure is the same, but paste this. The structure is the same, but there are slight differences. I work with Stephen Chan's founder of Dialogue Inclusive, a social enterprise that creates powerful empathy and leadership workshops led by skilled blind and disabled facilitators. Skilled, visually impaired and disabled facilitators. So this is just a slight difference, right? We've designed a unique empathy experience for companies focusing on CSR, like the company name, that literally removes your sight. Here we developed a unique empathy and leadership workshop for companies that increases leaders' empathy and collaboration. Okay, so this one is talking more about the actual. Basically, what I'm doing here is combining these 2 paragraphs into one paragraph. And then I've got a slight difference in wording. It's not too drastic, but it's a slight difference. So this is where you're going to do your split testing. Okay, that's basically it. Then we move on to the schedule. Okay, so I need to save Sorry, yeah. So that's something that you do need to do. Click save. Make sure you click save on all of these. Otherwise, it will default to empty, and you don't want to be sending any empty emails. So then we're going to go onto a schedule. What I do is you can choose a date when you want to start, and you can choose the end date. So let's just, for this purposes, let's just say today end date. Let's just say, and then you can put the timing. I put 8 in the morning until 6. So the reason why is this is most of these are going to decision makers. So you want to be the first one in the inbox, or one of the first ones in the inbox. And you can play around with the days that you're sending it as well. Eastern time, US and Canada, that's not true. We are in, let's make sure you change this. Kuala Lumpur, Singapore. Okay, that's cool. And then click save. And then we go to options. So this part this is where you select the email addresses you're going to use. When I set up your email account, I'll show you, I can do that for you once I set up Instantly account. Stop sending emails on reply. Yep, you want to enable that. Otherwise, they're going to keep on going through the campaign, the steps, even if they reply, and you don't want that. Open tracking, put disable. The reason why is if you put any HTML in your email, then that can affect the deliverability. So make sure this is disabled. Delivery optimization, send emails as text only. Yes, you want to do that. Let's just make sure I've got the same settings. Oh yeah, click both of those. So you want to click both of those. Daily limit. Basically, per mailbox, you want to be sending only 30 emails per mailbox. Okay. So if you see here, I've got 5 email addresses. And so what I'm doing is sending 20. So this 100 here is divided by this 5 mailboxes. That's 20 per mailbox. But actually, let's imagine on this campaign, I've got 1, 2, 3. And let's just say I've got 2 mailboxes. Okay. So that means my daily limit, you can see, has moved up to 60. And if I add another one, it moves up to 90. So this instantly knows what is your maximum you can send per account. Don't change around with this. The only thing you can do is maybe make it less. Don't make it more though. Otherwise that will affect your deliverability. Okay. This is just like the details, the tags you might want to put, how to organize your campaigns. Time gap between emails is 9 minutes and 5 minutes. You don't need to change any of this. You can see on my previous campaigns, I have not changed any of this. So you can click all this. Choose winning metric. I always do reply rate. If you do click rate, open rate, that's going to add in HTML tracking. So try to avoid that and just put reply rate. Enable provider matching for deliverability boost. Click yes. Stop campaign for company on reply. No, I don't do that. Maybe you can do that though, because there might be some same email addresses in the campaign for the same company. Up to you. I think all of this stays empty. No, that's it. Okay, cool. So then you just click save, and now your campaign is literally ready to launch. So what you want to do is click resume campaign. And as soon as you click this, all of those emails that you've just done are going to start being sent over the next few days. Okay. So I hope this is clear, and I'm more than happy to help you configure the first kind of campaign or 2 that you're running, or we can figure something out as well where I can do it for you. Okay, then that's the end of this video.